This content is brought to you by BEC Financial Technologies, developing and operating IT for Danish banks.
Good. So, welcome to BEC office, and it's really an honor to host so many of the data enthusiasts and the AI enthusiasts in our BEC office. My name is Paweł Karwowski. I'm leading a global support team in Warsaw. What we do in the team is we provide BI solutions. We also build lots of dashboards and reports. We automate business processes in the company. For some of the processes that we can't automate, we also provide administrative task, let's say, helpful hand. And also this year we engaged in the artificial intelligence help, exploring some of the tools and to seek the benefits for BEC and for customers. So I'm going to give this conference a start with a little bit of an overview of what's a BEC approach to data and to artificial intelligence. But before we jump into that, a few words about BEC itself. We are a quite old company, if you think of IT. It's 60 years. So obviously IT didn't exist at that time. We called ourselves back then Automation Center. But the history started with a few provincial banks that met and also joined forces against some of the big competitors to make sure that there is a balance they can respond. 60 years after, we are currently owned by 17 member banks. We are a cooperative. In Polish, this is spółdzielnia. It's rather rare in Polish market, but it's a thing in Denmark. And we provide end-to-end solutions for our banks. That's what we do. The aspiration since the beginning until now actually hasn't changed that much. It's quite similar. Now we call ourselves fintech, and our aspiration is to be the leading fintech for the Danish banks. A few words about what size we are. First of all, one third of Danes are being serviced by BEC for the banking transactions. We are looking at 1,700 workforce across Denmark and Poland, and we have quite a muscle in terms of the budget. I mean money, over 2 billions of Danish crowns each year. So that's quite high. What's special about us? What's our business strategy? We're a volume business. Volume meaning with that muscle from 17 of our member banks, we can actually do magic. So we can do quite decent IT services support that none of these banks could actually afford if they were on alone. So together in a community, we are quite a force. That helps us to lower the unit cost. But there's also another side of that coin, which is that we cannot afford to go too much into individual needs on a single bank. But instead of that, we need to stay focused on the whole community and provide solutions which are going to be applicable for all 17 member banks, not just one. So that's the name of the game. Now we're ready to jump into first topic, which is data. I would like to share with you some of the concepts, something that is actually these days important to BEC. Data is the most important value in many of the industries. Also, banking is not a special one. Data is super important for us. The promise to our customer is still the same, which is we want to enable them for proper data decision processes, which are in timely and accurate manner. The heart of the concept we're looking into is this data marketplace. In there, we would like to offer data as products. So these are nicely shaped, grouped containers of data, nicely modeled, and also good data quality. And here the principle is, that we're looking for is data democratization. We want this data to be reliable. We want this data to be available on time and also available quite widely. Not only for the BEC developers, for our business units to do some magic on BI side for the whole community, but also for single banks, for them to do operational tasks, but also for some of the analytical tasks and even for their own BI solutions if they want it. And thirdly, we also want these data products that we're looking into to be available also for potentially any third-party vendors that we may want to collaborate with in the future. What's important on the source application side is this coherent information model, first of all. We want the data to be available here in the real time without any delay for the banks. And we're also looking into how to make sure that we can store and keep history in the source system for simplicity. What we're also trying to shift is the ability to detect the data quality at source and to fix down there, because it's really costly to actually just figure out how to fix the issues in the middle and then track back. Compliance by design. Oh my God, this is hard. It's a lot of procedures, processes, business processes, procedures that we need to read, understand, comprehend, talk about, and remember when we design. But it's so effective, to start and to make sure that we actually tackle this up front, rather than trying to, catching up a bit later. And last thing is that something that we're looking into is improving our data observability. What we would like to expose to our customers is the full data lineage from the source to the customer, so that they understand how that flows. Also, the data completeness and data accuracy indicators is only going to be helpful to gain, improve some trust for the data across. So just a few words about data, and now let's move on to AI. So first of all, we believe this may be a revolution for the financial industry. This is something, this is an opportunity to improve efficiency and to really boost innovation. AI can potentially predict market behavior. It can give a helping hand to advise on the credit risk rates. It can also help the BEC developers to spend less time on coding and actually deliver the software solutions much faster. Nobody knows how big the change will be and how fast it will progress. Let's see how that goes, but we definitely want to be part of it. We want to be co-create this change, this revolution, rather than just lagging behind. There's also some ethical considerations here. That's every time actually there's a big potential, and then it mainly comes with a big risk. Those ethical considerations is actually something that wasn't solved by worldwide, and this is a consideration for every government and industry, and also for businesses like us. Transparency, it's a big thing. Finding out and indicating where to put accountability for things, and also the fairness inside of the AI designed processes that we're going to help with. So, no, that's not this one. So we don't aim for competing with the big tech. So that's not our league. We're a fintech integrator, meaning that we don't want to spend our time to invest into building something from scratch. We rather be on the lookout on what's on the market. We want to make sure that we plan ahead. We are able to detect those new technologies coming in, and actually assign some potential and assign someone to check and explore for any future potential accelerators like Gen AI. And for that one, we opened up the discovery track that we're having in BEC, in the tech transformation program. Aside that, we also have created AI Hub. That's a centralized, dedicated unit to make sure that we focus on learning, experimenting quite a lot intensively, and also select individual technologies and tools for further adoption, and collaborating with some of the business units to actually develop the final solutions. For this one, we do have one role opened in Warsaw. It's also actually promoted on, I think, Fridge as well. It's we call it AI engineer / evangelist, but this is to do just that. So to learn a lot, to be on the spot, on the lookout for new technologies, to experiment a lot, to then, analyze for potential, for the risk, and then, communicate a lot about this internally in BEC and also for our customers. We also have a channel to connect our enthusiasts in data and AI and automation, in business automation. We call it a community of practice. It's not only a series of meetings, regular ones, but also a space for knowledge sharing, to brainstorm some of the issues, to make sure that we know who to ask, and it also to, desire that attitude and to, promote the desire of building automation and leveraging AI inside of BEC even more, because obviously some people still hesitate, and we would like to promote this too. Good. So that was just a few words about AI, and I want to finish my really short introduction presentation with some of the hints on what it seems to be trending in terms of the skill set on the market because of the revolutionary speed and skyrocketing technology advancement. So we have more and more tools coming and going. We also have organizations like BEC included, ever faster, dynamically changing and reshaping. And I guess some of the BEC employees would admit to that it's actually even faster these days. But in those conditions, it's actually the attitude and the potential of candidates, it's becoming of a high demand. This hunger for knowledge, this ability to adjust to a scenario, to a situation, openness and embracing changes rather than fearing them. Those are the things which will be becoming more and more of a demand. Also experience with variety of tools rather than just narrow, more deeper experience maybe with one of them. It's also quite valuable. What candidates could actually get thanks to that is this sense of feeling of what's idea in tooling, detect some of the principles and best practices across of them. And that's even increasing your confidence level for the next tool that you will definitely need to learn about. So I can recommend that. People who stay up to date with the latest technology advancements, people who are on the lookout, who have that habit of checking every now and then, like LinkedIn channel for any news, people who download the new software that was just announced yesterday, which is open for everyone, just download that, play around with this, and so on. This attitude is so helpful for organizations and will be even more helpful. Lastly, communication. This will stay with us for a long time until AI can read our minds, but that's not going to happen tomorrow, hopefully. So we still have some time. Because we are bombarded with more and more information every day, we tend to shorten the messages that we send and the content that we are able to consume. We are also having applications coming in between humans and actually take this interaction. So humans, especially in simple tasks, they don't get a chance to actually talk to each other, so often. So for humanity, I think let's not go that path, and please master that skill set of actually being able to explain very complex dilemmas, because that's something that for years to come AI will have struggle. And let's see, singularity is not guaranteed. Let's see if we have that, but maybe not. So people will have to, protect that skill to be able to comprehend super complex stuff. Another thing in communications is that ability to going out of your comfort zone and choose the appropriate communication channel, not for what you want or what you prefer, but more to adjust this to scenario. Like for instance, you may prefer pinging someone on chat, but at the same time, if things are urgent, then you may want to get out of your comfort zone. Stay up from your chair, maybe approach a person, or maybe click that video button. That some people are a little bit more stressed about clicking video instead of just pinging someone on chat. So definitely worth mastering the communication skill. And I guess that's it for the introduction. So if any one of you would like to continue the chat, so absolutely during the breaks, feel free to approach me. And now I'm going to thank you and hand over to my colleague Henrik for his deep dive into one of the AI tools that we are looking into in BEC.
Okay, big applause for Paweł.